Tuesday, March 10th, and you're watching the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. I'm your host, Jason Cooper, alongside my producer behind the boards.
What's up, Jay?
Mike Bennett, keeping things under wraps and on track for today's show. I mean, anyone watching basketball last night? Thunder win in overtime over the Nuggets. SGA Canadian. I'll steal that one. Canadian. Minus 1,000 now to win MVP. We're going to talk about that and a little bit more basketball stuff with Drew Dinsick off the top right at the start of the show. Plus, we'll talk some Indian Wells, and we've been talking about some Oscars stuff, some Oscars betting. We've seen some crazy line movement. For those who care, we'll close out the segment with that. And then after that, we got Alex and So Money on. You know the drill. It's Tuesday. Edgework overtime. We're going to do things a little bit differently here today. We're going to talk a little bit about some trade deadline stuff. Then we're going to get into our picks for the night. And to whoever in the comment section is saying, why would you tail Jason? He's an idiot. 3-0 bang last Thursday. Thank you very much. Listen, you don't have to tail me, but if you want to fade me, I feel bad for you.
Give yourself a pat on the back, Jay.
I have to. It's my show. I get to do that. Before we get into the show today, before we bring on Drew, has Egggate gone too far?
I think so.
You think so?
Absolutely, man. This whole egg thing's gotten a little out of hand. We have Jacob waking up this morning bright and early and posting eggs on the timeline. Like, come on.
But my whole point about this all, and I'm curious to see what the chat eats in the morning. Listen, I had some of my slop today. I had oatmeal. Nothing crazy. But
overnight oats, too? Like, come on.
It didn't look great. So you know what? I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to post this on Instagram. I'm not going to post this on Twitter. But I just still don't understand. I can't get over it. What compelled Rob to post these eggs? It's just normal eggs.
Do we want to see Jacob's eggs?
Yeah, bring up Jacob's eggs. Because Jacob's eggs at least look a little bit better here. And they make a little bit more sense. I'm, again, curious to see what the chat. If you guys want to tweet at us or tweet at me, what you guys normally, how you make your eggs. Like, do you go as hard as I do? Do you, like, kind of hit the middle here with Jacob, or do you go with like the lazy version of Rob's? I just still don't understand.
Jacob's eggs here look a lot better than Rob's, though. He has the toast. Okay?
He does have the toast.
He has the hot sauce.
Yeah.
Like, it's, seasoned with pepper, stuff like that.
Well, it looks like he has everything bagel mix, everything bagel seasoning on there, which is a great upgrade over just like the regular pepper that Rob cracked on there. If I had to guess, I would bet that's not even fresh cracked ground pepper. That's probably just the stuff in the bag that he gets. It's pre-ground. But these are sad eggs. I can't get over it. And people in the poll yesterday saying that his eggs were better than mine.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's
I think it was 52% to 37 or 57, 31.
Yeah, I got
in favor of Rob, obviously.
I got destroyed. But whatever.
Like I said, I'm not a big fan of hard-boiled eggs.
They weren't hard-boiled. They were perfectly soft. They were soft-boiled perfectly so that the yolk was runny on the inside. Like, give me a break, guys.
I used to be a scrambled guy, and then I turned to over easy with toast. Much needed.
Yeah, it's just easier. Listen, again, I just don't understand why Rob was posting that. So I'm going to give him the gears for it. We're going to talk about tons of stuff today. Matt in the chat's asking about, it seems like he's got a great futures bet here. Sabres 100 to 1 to win the Cup, 66 to 1 to win the East. We'll get around to that when we got Alex and So Money coming on. But let's start the show. Our first guest, he's an NFL, NBA, and tennis handicapper. He's an analyst over at NBC Sportsbet, co-host of the Deep Dive podcast, the #1 bottom-up wine expert on gambling Twitter, Drew Dinsick. How's it going, my friend?
It's going great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to get into things with you today. Let's start off with the same way I started off the show here. Thunder and Nuggets, great game last night, back and forth. It went to overtime.
Didn't go to overtime.
No. Didn't go to overtime. Sorry.
SGA.
Sorry, it almost went to overtime.
It looked like it was. SGA saves the day.
SGA saves the day. I wanted to ask you just what was your reaction to that game last night? How scary is this Thunder's team? Like what goes through your mind when you watch a game like that?
Okay. First and foremost, I'd bet the Nuggets.
Sorry.
Cut to cover when they covered, so I was perfectly happy. Yeah, it was like that was the absolute dream outcome. And my Nuggets bet was largely fueled because no Isaiah Hartenstein, no Alex Caruso. If you watched any of the playoffs last year between this Thunder and Nuggets team, like, that was the plan for stopping Jokic, or at least kind of slightly mitigating the damage he can do offensively, was throwing those two guys at him, putting a big body on him, and then putting a smaller pest on him defensively. And without those two guys, I was like, man, the Nuggets are really going to they're going to be able to cook here offensively. They're just Thunder to win are just going to have to outscore them, and that's exactly what happened. SGA clinches the MVP. SGA moves into favored for clutch player of the year, which is long overdue that he should have been favored in that market. I don't know why in the world people were kind of falling over themselves to bet Anthony Edwards in that one, but SGA is the clear most clutch player in the NBA this season by my eyes. And yeah, the fact that the Thunder can get a win like that against a good, healthy, kind of sharp, like trying hard Nuggets team without Hartenstein, without Chet, without Jalen Williams, and without Alex Caruso, like if you'd said those three guys are missing from a matchup against a trying Nuggets team last year, then Thunder would have been drawing dead. And because Shai continues to kind of take his game to the next level, it's a different story this year. And Thunder get a hard fought win, and in my opinion, should be the healthy favorites straight now to title. But everybody's kind of finding reasons to believe in other teams right now instead of just giving the Thunder sort of their rightful due. I'm going to take you back in time, guys. And this is the funny thing. Like the NBA market is like, it's funny how, kind of fast opinions can change, and then it can take a long time for things to sort of reset. And the momentum of, the way teams are priced and treated is really fascinating to me. But, like this time last year, the Celtics were minus 200 to win the Eastern Conference, and favorite over the Thunder to win the title. That made no sense at the time. Ultimately, it was the Thunder got corrected, and were priced reasonably as you get into the kind of final two rounds of the playoffs. But then coming into this year, like in December, as recently as like the NBA Cup neutral court game in Las Vegas, the Thunder were 10.5-point favorites over the Spurs. In what ultimately was a loss, but like that, it is wild how quickly people kind of move off of those priors, and I think at full strength, this Thunder team is going to be minus 1,000 to win every one of their playoff series in the Western Conference, except for maybe against the Spurs, where they would be like minus 550, minus 600, something like that. And so it's really tough to square that with their current prices to win the West and to win the title. Ultimately, they may not be at full strength. Like these guys may not get right. They may continue to deal with kind of the nagging injuries that have been plaguing them throughout the kind of middle portion of the season. But if they are at full strength, it's really hard for me to believe that they're not going to be minus money to win the title, and minus 250 or something like that to win the West.
Yeah, no. So you're telling me if you would get in, it's again like right now we've kind of been hammering. I've had this recurring joke on the show. It's like, why would you put your money into, the S&P 500 or the stock market when you could just bet the Thunder to win? Obviously, it's a joke, but, seriously, like I've been scooping up Thunder all year, sort of whenever I can. If I'm betting some futures, I will always throw them in to build a futures parlay. I'll always add the Thunder in, which might come back to bite me. But like, I want to get as much exposure to this Thunder team as I possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, I bet a lot of Thunder last year, and I regret not betting more.
Yeah.
I'm doing this. I'm going through the same mental gymnastics right now with the Celtics in the East. Like this team is clearly the best in the East. I think will close once we get to April. I think they're going to close in the minus range to win the East. All I see is upside. Like there's a world where they're the 1 seed, guys. Like you see the standings, you see that the Pistons have lost 4 in a row, and that they have relatively comparable schedules on the way in. The major difference is that the Celtics play the Thunder twice, and the Pistons only play them once. I mean, this is I have great prices locked in already, and so I'm a little bit gun shy to add more just because the prices moved so much, but I don't think it's moved enough.
Yeah. Someone in the chat, Holt 5630, asking how your Thunder's Western Conference numbers will change if it's the Rockets and Lakers as the 4-5 seed, if that affects anything crazy.
That means that they just go up appreciably. Like if the Thunder only have to play one of Spurs, Nuggets, and Timberwolves, like this is. Yeah, I mean, let me look at what I have for them right now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you exactly. So I ran my Sims again after we got yesterday's results. Thunder to win the West for me is just shy of 56%. So I would put them healthy minus money. And if you reshuffle and they only have to play one of Spurs, those paths, I am at 67%.
Wow.
So yeah, if you basically if you only have to play one of Spurs, Nuggets, and Timberwolves, you go up by almost 10% to win the West. In my opinion.
I mean, right now, minus 135 on FanDuel, Oklahoma City Thunder to win the NBA Western Conference, and maybe keep an eye on the standings, which honestly, I feel like that's like the biggest leak in all of the sports that I bet on, is I just kind of throw away the standings until we get to sort of this point. But yeah, if you keep your eye on the standings, maybe if that Rockets-Lakers matchup does happen, you'd get some good value on the Thunder. We were looking at the top of the standings. Now let's make our way down. Let's go lower. Let's go straight to the basement, because we have sort of, I don't want to call it a tanking problem because it's been around for so long. NBA teams tank. It is what it is. We got a tank off tonight. Kings and Pacers, two of the last place teams. Kings right now -3 at home. How do you approach betting on these games? Do you have a number here? I know you have a number here for them. Is there anything that you'd be willing to bet on in this game? Kind of tell me your approach when we're this late in the season, teams are tanking, and they sort of have to play each other.
Yeah, I mean, the teams that literally are going to rug you, it's going to make you crazy if you bet too many of these. So I pick very sparingly when I get involved in these type of markets. But the Kings, I think, are a bet on right now. I'm not sure really why they're being priced still like they're like completely trying to lose. The Kings, to me at least, are giving they have a number of nice younger players, and they're giving them some serious run right now. And these guys are playing pretty well. I think they actually have kind of a better, kind of lineup than people realize. The guy that really stands out is the center, Maxime Reynaud. He's playing like well for for a guy with as little experience as he has, getting a ton of minutes and usage. But yeah, I mean, I think the Kings are the rightful favorite there, and I would actually expect them to win by a pretty healthy amount. The tanking kind of angles and sides that I think are incorrectly priced this time of year are games like the Hawks versus the Mavericks. There is obviously such a clear and humongous imbalance in terms of incentives in a game like that. And I don't really have a good explanation for what's going on with the Hawks right now. But they're playing like they are one of the best teams in the East. And I can't kind of deny the number should be pretty robust for them as far as a fair rating goes. So I laid it with the Hawks tonight against the Mavericks, and I feel like in these type of games where you have a team that is very clearly going incentivized to try hard and make sure that this isn't a close contest versus a team that's really fully pulled the rug on their season, these numbers should be bigger. Like there's no reason that the Hawks Mavs game shouldn't be aligned relatively similar to like Heat Wizards, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so when you see a big disparity like that, I usually try to get involved.
Yeah, Heats and Wizards. Heat right now 15.5 -114, whereas the Hawks -10 -108 over on FanDuel. Let's flip over and talk some tennis because I only have you for a little bit longer here.
Got one real quick NBA one. I want
go for it. What last NBA one? I kind of had a note about hot takes. Is this a hot take? Give it to me.
A little bit, yeah.
All right.
So who's rating really, really well right now? Besides, I mentioned the Hawks. Like their rating is one of the best teams in the East. The Heat rating is one of the best teams in the East. The 76ers look like they are calling it a season. Massive injury to Maxey. That is very much going to impact their ability to win in the month of March. And so I think you can pretty much write them off. Where I'm going with this, there's 2 spots for 3 teams. The Hawks, the Heat, and the Hornets. The Hornets, it's time to pull the rug. It's over. They were the type of team that was being rated too low by market when they were playing much better. And now the script has flipped. They are getting rated better than they are playing. Their 2 losses in their last 2 games to the Heat and the Suns were humongously important to hurt their chances to get the playoffs. They are still kind of right around pick 'em. to be in the playoff picture. This is the kind of team that needed for sure to have a home game in the play-in, in my opinion, or get the 6 seed and avoid the play-in outright to qualify. I think if they are in the 9-10, all of a sudden they are pretty clearly drawing dead, especially if the Heat and the Hawks continue to play as well as they do. Any type of equity you have in Hornets to make the playoffs, if you got in with us at the 20 to 25 to 1 range, I think you cash out right now.
All right, you can get the no on them to make the playoffs at FanDuel minus 106 right now, taking a decent amount there. So if you're looking to get out and the cash out number isn't exactly what you want it to be, simply bet the no, which I appreciate that FanDuel offers that. It's official. What day is it? Today's Tuesday, March 10th. The day
it's over.
The music stopped. The day the Hornets died. Save the bees, save the Hornets. I don't know. Anyways, let's flip over and talk Indian Wells here. Round of 16 for men's and the women's start today. I just want to specifically talk about the men's for a second. How do you like? I mean, listen, as someone who watches tennis a lot, I'm kind of new to tennis here, right? I've been getting into it. I like these best of 2 sets. I think it's a lot of fun where there's only 3 games on the men's side. Do you wish that there were more tournaments with a larger field like this, where like a more talented field? Where there is more variance with these best of 2s versus the best of 3s?
The Masters 1000s have largely gone under the radar as really, really, really entertaining tennis tournaments now for like 10, 15 years. Indian Wells stands out obviously because it's the first and in order. But Miami used to be better when it was in Biscayne Bay. Now that it's Hard Rock, it's lost a little bit of the magic. But we go right from that to clay tennis, where like you want some daytime entertainment in the month of May. Just watch clay tennis. Like they go from Monte Carlo to all points all throughout Europe, including Barcelona, including Estoril, Portugal, Madrid, then Rome. You get some Munich in there, and then finally the French Open at the end of May into June. And yeah, like the stakes, the prizes, the quality of players are just as good as Indian Wells. So this is the golden time of the season for enjoying men's tennis in particular. And I like the men's tennis calendar a little bit better than the women's as we kind of go through this swing. And if you've never watched tennis at Monte Carlo before, it's unbelievable. Like these beautiful clay tennis courts parked right on the Mediterranean. Amazing. And now that Rafa Nadal is not in the picture, just winning everything, it does make things a little bit more fun and interesting and exciting to handicap. So yeah, this is just the start of a magnificent run of tournaments.
Yeah, getting excited for the start of the tennis year. Drew, I think you have your next Europe trip booked already. It seems like it's going to be in May. Let's talk about some bets for today. Again, like I mentioned, round of 16 for both the women's and the men's. Anything you like on the board here today for us in Indian Wells?
Yeah, going against your boy, your countryman, Felix Auger-Aliassime. I mean, he's French-Canadian, so is he? We hold that against him, I guess. But the Frenchman, Arthur Fils, is just an outstanding young talent. I think he draws exactly even to FAA here, and you're getting him in the plus 120 range. I think that's a decent bet. And then on the women's side, I'm with your countrywoman, Victoria Mboko. I make her plus 101 to minus 101 for Anna Samova on the women's side of the draw. That is the match of the day. I have come up with numbers for several thousand tennis matches this year. This is the closest I've gotten to 50-50, and it's going to be a good one. She's like plus 150, so I think that's a fun bet.
All right. Victoria Mboko, and so pro-Canadian, then fading a Canadian, Arthur Fils at plus 118. What have you made of the tournament so far? I know you have a good, pretty little future sitting there on Alcaraz. I believe you got him at plus 150, was it, to win the tournament? That's looking pretty good right now. Any other futures you like here for us now that we're in the round of 16?
No, I think this is an easy one to ride out with Alcaraz. If you want something on the women's side, I think. I mean, I say this. I would say with higher confidence, Sabalenka is getting to the final. My guess is she gets there without dropping a set. the winner of Rybakina, Iga Swiatek, is probably her opponent. And Iga's playing well enough, I think, to win that match. So Sabalenka over Iga in the finals sounds right to me. If you don't already have some skin in that one.
Yeah, Sabalenka right now plus 200 over at FanDuel. Who have you been the most impressed with so far on this either the men's or the women's side? Like who has been the best tennis you've watched? Could be a player that's already out of the tournament that doesn't have to still be in the tournament. Anyone that sort of shocked you?
Shock to the good, surprising wise, has been João Fonseca. Takes on Sinner today. Obviously, his quality of play in defeating Tommy Paul was much, much, much better than what we've seen from him recently in terms of current form. And then Feast mentioned as well. He is much further along than I think people realize in terms of challenging the top two on tour. Alcaraz has played the best tennis, period. His defeat of Grigor Dimitrov was like unfair how good he was playing in that one. It's like he brings that level any day of the week. He is not losing on this surface in particular. So he was the standout singular performance so far. And then on the women's side, it's been pretty flat. I think still Sabalenka is your best women's player on tour right now. She's pretty much playing close to her peak. The only woman who has really challenged her in the last calendar year has been Rybakina. Sabalenka has a little bit of a Rybakina problem. So kind of fascinated to see if somebody takes Rybakina out or if Sabalenka continues that trend here. But the Canadian Victoria Mboko stands out as a top 5 player, I think. I don't think she's currently rated that high. But again, like I'm showing her drawing virtually even with Amanda Anisimova. And Anisimova, I think, is pretty routinely, kind of qualified as a top 4. So that tells you Mboko should be like 5.
Yeah, as a Canadian, I'm going to hop off this show, bet Victoria Mboko right as we get off air. But then also, I see it like a 16-1 for her to win the tournament. Corby comes on every Monday. He says, I'm going to give you guys some good bets that will probably lose. That seems like a good bet. That will probably lose, especially if she can win the match today there. Also, you mentioned João Fonseca, against Sinner today. I know for a fact, I actually don't know for a fact, I'm just going to assume, our good friend of the show, Isaac, is probably going to be betting on him today at the plus 860 as he loves his little underdogs.
Fonseca has a weapon in his forehand that's pretty awesome, and it's sharp right now. So I think if you were going to if you were really going to bet tennis like the Europeans do, you take the dog and then you trade. You live trade the match to where as he generates a little bit of enthusiasm early in the market, comes closer to like say plus 300, then you would sell out and get in some Sinner at minus 500 or whatever, and then have yourself a positive book.
Yeah. All right. Before we move off tennis here, Charles was asking if you had a favorite on-court meltdown from yesterday.
Oh, Andreeva. Mira Andreeva's losing her mind was unbelievable. I don't know what's going on with her, but she's starting to develop a little bit of a reputation as unable to handle the adversity. That was amazing. I don't know what's going on with her.
All right.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen that. Maybe if we can pull it up.
F-bombing the fans like this. She's just F-bombing this old granny who's like, what? Why are you? What? It is something else.
That's hilarious. Someone who can't handle the pressure, bring her over.
She's like but she's not. She was last year's title winner here, and she leaves last year with the trophy. She leaves this year dropping F-bombs on grannies. It's something else.
Oh my God. I don't know if this is this you got it on screen here, Mike? Yeah?
Yeah, I'll bring it up.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. It was playing in the background here. Let's roll it for the audience here. Maybe sound off though, because I don't want us to get in trouble here.
It's just going to be Jay in the video.
Yeah. Whips the racket there. Oh my goodness. F you all. Oh my God. I don't understand. Was the crowd kind of giving it to her? Like
no, she's a defending champion. Like she had all the support of the world. I don't know why she's having this baby meltdown. It is something else. She's done this now a couple times. I don't know what's going on with her. But she was supposed to be like sort of the next coming next coming future number one, and it is unraveling before our eyes. So
Pressure's getting
stay
to her.
tuned.
Maybe she was saying "F you" to the guy who was wearing a Pacers jersey in the background there. What are we doing there? Like, you're repping the Pacers, like they're in second last. That's terrible.
Maybe she wanted some over easy eggs.
There we go. Let's flip over and talk some Oscars stuff here as we close out the show. Oscars are on Saturday. We saw some crazy line movement here. Michael B. Jordan flips Timothée Chalamet. I was personally shocked by that. I was shocked that Michael B. Jordan was so odds were so high for him to win. I thought he did a great job in Sinners. Listen, I know Rob has his takes. It's the worst movie he's ever seen, but also guy doesn't know how to cook eggs. So like, I don't think you can trust a single word he says outside of like football and hockey. But if he wins the award, I think deservingly so. Like, do you agree with this move, or would you looking to get in maybe on Timothée Chalamet here at the plus money price that he's now listed at after being minus 400 favorite?
Boy, man. I didn't see this coming, I can tell you that much. And it feels like worst movie is a little bit overstated.
100%.
But yeah, maybe I guess my major takeaway, I found Michael B. Jordan. He was very believable as Smoke, but I didn't really buy his stack. So I'm not sure I can go best actor for him. In seriousness, the market for 3 of the 4 acting awards has been just really, really, really tough for me to wrap my head around. Places with the highest liquidity that I saw went back and forth on supporting actor, from Penn to Skarsgård, back to Penn, where he was like minus 300. So that shocked me. I thought once it flipped to Skarsgård, that was going to go one way, and it did not. Tiana Taylor losing her grip on supporting actress was a surprise, especially because of who has taken it down now. The witch from
Weapons. Yes.
What? That really? Okay. She was great in Field of Dreams. Amy Madigan, is that her name?
Yeah,
anyway.
Amy Madigan. Honestly, didn't even know she was in Field of Dreams. That's crazy. But
I was totally shocked that she has come through as now she's probably going to close favorite.
Plus
And then
105.
as you mentioned, Michael B. Jordan in like the minus 200 range is, I think, wrong. I think that this is maybe just the market overthinking things and overweighting kind of recent weird outcomes in other awards, in other awards sectors. I think it's going to end up reverting back to the original chalk here, and it's going to go Chalamet, Taylor, and Penn.
yeah, I think also some of this theme is from I can't find the website right now. I believe it's Gold Derby, who tend to like predict the Oscars, and they had Michael B. Jordan at around 53.7% to
That's
win.
kind of crazy.
Yeah. It's like, listen,
Chalamet, for what it's worth, would be a winner for what he did last year as Bob Dylan, more so than Marty Supreme, I think. Like, it's just kind of like it's his time type of deal. And
Yeah.
so that's a little bit weak. Maybe that's why there's an angle for Michael B. Jordan, but I'd be a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
And I think the old enough to also remember that sometimes these steams in these awards markets is bullshit.
Yeah.
The 2019, I don't know if you were betting at that time.
definitely
I know
not.
that,
Definitely not awards markets,
Yeah.
but
Just one random like Reddit for forum post that somebody had inside information that Yorgos was going to win Best Director, moved him from 41-1 to the favorite, and ultimately he lost going away to Alfonso Cuarón for Roma. So sometimes there's a little bit of fugazi about these awards markets.
yeah. If Yorgos Lanthimos, great director. Shockingly enough, in office we have movie talk all the time. Rob likes Begonia but doesn't like Sinners. Can you explain that one to me? Like, I don't get it, but I like both. But
Begonia was like 7/8 of a great movie. I thought they did not stick the landing.
fair. The ending was a little off. Anyways, Drew, appreciate you joining the show. I'm gonna be clicking Timothée Chalamet right at close because those envelopes stay sealed right until the buzzer. Drew, appreciate you. We'll chat soon.
Best of luck, guys.
Awesome stuff there from Drew. As always, tons of stuff given out. Kings -3 -108. Hawks -10 -108. Arthur Feast at +118 and Victoria Mboko at +138. All available at FanDuel. And if you really are a dog, You take Victoria. If you're a Canadian, you take Victoria and Boko. This is a Jason bet, not a Drew bet. 16-1 to win the tournament. It's probably going to lose. It's going to lose. I'm not giving it up. I'm just telling you, I'm going to click it if you want to ride with me and lose with me.
You miss 100% of the shots you never take,
There
baby.
you go. There you go.
Let's do it.
It's the best way to do it. Got the Edgeworth guys coming on. I know the people were waiting for that. I think we are waiting, though, for So Money. Because he just showered. He's getting his hair nice and ready. Before we bring him on, we'll buy him a little bit more time here. The Hammer Daily is brought to you by FanDuel. March is here. Basketball fans, that means brackets, buzzer beaters, and the best college basketball matchups of the year. And FanDuel is here to bring you closer to the action because right now, FanDuel is giving all customers a profit boost every single day through March 15th. Did you get that? From now till the final 68 is revealed, you're getting daily profit boosts for a chance at boosted winnings on your college basketball bets. Trust me, you don't want to miss a single day. Build a same game parlay for a shot, your bigger payout, or try live betting and jump in after tip off. Best of all, with FanDuel, you get paid instantly when you win. Just visit FanDuel.com/forward-progress to get started. That's FanDuel.com/forward-progress to claim your first profit boost and keep the action going from now till selection day. Be a part of college basketball history and bet the bracket with FanDuel. If you want to check out some more March Madness stuff, check out yesterday's show with Corby. 21 plus select states for Kansas, affiliates, Kansas, Casino, 18 plus in President DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Option required. Bonus issue with non-withdrawable profit boost token. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/China, Connecticut. Visit gamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050. Massachusetts, call 1-8778-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY. In New York, call 1-877-770-7867. In Louisiana.
Better this time.
Yeah, much better. Well, I read it, right? I read it yesterday, so I know what I'm in for today. Alex in the background giving me like a little bit of a look because I didn't throw to them right away. Like, we got bills to pay here, man. You're not a company, man. You're like, get me on screen right now. I want to talk some hockey. Fine, Alex, you get your wish. Alex, So Money, Edgework. Let's do this thing. How's it going, guys?
Once again, Jason completely misinterpreted the situation. I was doing that, the hands up in the air, because So Money was here, and you're like, we're waiting for So Money still. I guess he's still showering. Let me buy him some time as he's sitting like direct. His face is right beside mine in the background. So I was like, all right, this guy's out to lunch as per usual.
Have you ever heard the term breaking kayfabe?
No, I have not.
No, you're not a wrestling guy. You just did that. I knew it was behind the scenes. I just had to segue into the ad read to make it seem more natural. Now I'm breaking kayfabe, and it's all out of order. It's all a mess, as it always is with the Edgework show. So Money, you want to jump in? Wait, are you muted though? You're muted. Oh my god, every time.
Jordan in the chat said So Money to be muted. Good, like
minus 5,000. Oh, minus 50,000. Holy smokes! Appreciate the love
Is that
there.
better?
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go. You're better. You're better.
So back.
Maybe that's part of the stick too, with the wrestling.
What, the muting?
Yeah.
No, it's the booing that's
Yeah,
the part
that's
of the wrestling, not the mewing. Montreal.
You know, everyone has like entrance music and good entrance songs. So Money's is just silence, just deafening silence.
As he walks down the aisle. Montreal Expos hat. Love it. Good stuff there. Good stuff there. So Money. Let's get into things for today. I asked you guys to send the stuff in beforehand. Chat, what do you think happened? Do you think I got those picks in beforehand? Definitely not.
So Money, did he
wanted
ask
picks?
us to spend stuff
Oh my
beforehand?
god.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Oh my.
You're right. I didn't. Anyways.
You didn't ask us at all.
You're on.
sent
You
a
guys
list
are
of
honestly right.
questions.
My bad. That's so on me. This is not breaking cable. This is the truth right now. Whoopsies. Anyways, before we get into the picks, I want to ask you guys. Trade deadline just happened. All right. Give me the team that you have the most. Let's call it like the most faith in after the trade deadline, or the team with the biggest stock up for you after the trade deadline, after the moves you've seen them make. Alex, we'll start with you.
Like, I don't know how their stock can get much higher, and it's like just so obvious. It feels like low hanging fruit to pick the Avs, but I mean, how could you not pick the Avs? They missed on their biggest target, Kadri, and settled for Nick Waugh, and then ended up getting their biggest target in the end, anyways. So like now they're just like an embarrassment of riches down the middle. Nick Waugh, like not a great player, but a former Cup winner, and like as a 4C, I mean, fantastic. Yeah, they're just like. Then obviously the home run there with the the Kadri deal, like, man, the rich get richer, good for them. But look, I'm not like crowning them yet.
Mhm.
Should be fun to see them have to take on the winner of that Wild Stars series, which will probably be an absolute war in itself. But yeah, they're gonna have like they're gonna coast through the first round and get to face one of those two teams that's like, I mean, they're gonna beat up on each other in probably like a 6-7 game series, and that's gonna give the Avs a huge leg up there. So so good for them. Good for them.
No, for sure. Also, like listen, like I know I'm a little bit biased here because he played for the Leafs for a little bit, but the Wah trade, it's like, yeah, maybe he'll be playing 4C, but he'll probably be getting more than 4C minutes, 13 to 15 minutes, playing the tougher minutes, playing against their other teams' top lines, defensive zone draws, stuff like that, which again opens things up so much more for the top of the lineup. So money. Avs were a layup. I kind of screwed you there by making you go second. Is there another team that you can see? Is there another team that you can see that you would consider to have sort of a stock up?
Yeah, so I think it's the Avalanche. Yeah, I think that not necessarily the trade deadline itself, but like the time leading up to the trade deadline, you got to go with the Wild. They're yes, Quinn Hughes, but like also the other moves they made, they haven't been out of the first round for like I don't know how many years, right? So you know that you have to do something. So even if the things that they did at the trade deadline, even if that doesn't work out, the fact that they're pushing and going for it, I think that is better. That's going to serve them well in the dressing room as well. So I think that all like holistically, I would give, if I can't say the Avs, I would give the edge to the Wild here.
Yeah, and the Wild have done really well as of late, winning their past. I mean, not winning all their past few games, but they've just been stock up as well in general. I think the Quinn Hughes bias might have got to you, but I think of the teams that you could have said, pretty fair. Because who else would you say? The Kings? No, you can't say the Kings. Even though Islanders maybe, yeah. I'm now with
they didn't suck maybe.
The Ducks?
The Ducks, maybe. Yeah, Ducks could have been another good one. We talked about that with Alex last week before the trade deadline. Apparently, I'm now the biggest Kings fan. Need them to make the playoffs. Let's get that second-round pick, baby. All right. Flipping to the other side of things, we saw teams make big moves, but it was a quieter deadline, right? Any teams that you think should have done more? Was there a team in particular that you would have liked to seen do a little bit more? Stillman, we'll start with you.
Yeah, so contrary to what Minnesota did in terms of maybe like the dressing room vibes and stuff, Carolina, you don't have to do much. They are an elite team, but they haven't been able to get past just to get over that hump. So I think that they should have done something, right? Even if it's something small, like just makes the vibes in the room better. So the fact that Carolina just stood pat, I think that was a disappointment.
Yeah, it was a little sad to see. I know that Tulski's like sort of more analytically driven. You tend to give up a little bit more than what you'd get in terms of value at the trade deadline. You might probably get a little bit more of that in the off season, but you're looking to push to win, right? And Carolina's kind of been, I don't want to say they've been stuck in the middle, but they've been like stuck on the edge, on the precipice of winning for so many years. No Florida, no Leafs. Tampa Bay is their biggest competition. Like, this could have been the year where they break through and they didn't add. So, man, you have more to say?
And the thing is that like I get it, like with what happened with Gensel and Mikko Rantanen,
to be fair, they didn't give up that much for Gensel. Sorry to cut you off. Like, they gave up a second and some prospects. Like, that's not the word. That's not the craziest give ever. Anyways, keep going.
No, but like just the fact that like they did want to sign him long term, right? Like they're not the kind of team that they're not the kind of organization that goes after rentals. So like they like the full intention there was to sign him long term, and so like they got burned on that after he didn't re-sign, and then also with like the whole Rantanen situation. So I get the hesitancy, but the thing is that you're right there, right? Like you need to do something and you need to keep pushing, especially when teams like Colorado are like right there, and like so that was I get the mindset, but it was still a disappointment.
Yeah, and you have listen, you don't have many picks in this draft. You have a first this year, no second, no third, a fourth, and 2 6. But next year you have all your picks. The year after that you have all your picks. 2029 you have all your picks. You telling me you couldn't have thrown a second out there, maybe a third plus for Bobby McMahon? I feel like that he would have been a perfect fit. Again, Leaf glasses on, but a really good fit on this Carolina team. Alex, any opinion here? One on the Hurricanes. I got NFL on my mind. And any team that you feel like should have done a little bit more outside of the Hurricanes?
I'll go with the Sabres. Feels like maybe a little against the grain because everyone's, for lack of a better term, stroking them off right now. And I don't see how they're going to get over the hump with the moves they made at the deadline. Like, I think they're actively going to get worse by giving minutes to Shen and Stanley. Tanner Pearson, whatever, doesn't matter. Depth forward, like, he sucks. But they go from trying to swing big on Parayko. Obviously that wasn't their fault. They did pull the deal off. Parayko didn't want to go there. Trying to swing big on Thomas and to settle for Shen and Stanley. I'm all for I'm always gonna be the guy who advocates for size and getting bigger and adding grit and toughness for the playoffs, but not adding grit and toughness just for the sake of adding grit and toughness. You need to add guys who can also still play at a decent level, and Stanley and Shen just cannot do that anymore. Maybe Stanley has a little bit more upside when he gets out of the dumpster fire that has been Winnipeg this season, but I still don't think he's very good, and Shen is just completely cooked at this point. So they're going to be giving those guys actual not important minutes, but they're going to be giving them legitimate minutes. And I don't think that nearly addresses their depth issue on defense. And right now they're coasting through the regular season and they're just going through another good stretch, but that's not going to last forever. And they're going to fall on some harder times again. And those are not the guys to kind of pull them through that. So I was disappointed. I mean, I say disappointed. I was happy, because as someone who's very invested in the Lightning and also emotionally invested in the Habs, that the Sabres didn't actually do much. And I think honestly made their team a little bit worse by inserting those guys into the lineup.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Again, Shen.
Not there yet, by the way. They have visa issues right now, so They still haven't played, and they're not going to be playing tonight. But it's coming. I can't wait.
It's coming.
They're going to finally snap this win streak when those guys get in the lineup.
I'm so confused how they have visa issues. Listen, we know who these players are. They're not this stuff shouldn't be happening for pro athletes that are massive on this big of a scale. But anyways, one thing on Shen. Doubt he'll be playing a lot, probably be a 7th D, but again, when he was playing for the Leafs in the playoffs, it was 2-3 years ago maybe. Big body, but just kind of plays soft. So it's even though you advocate for size, even though you advocate for grit, he doesn't really give that anymore, at least. Perfect segue, by the way. I don't know if you set this up because you saw my next question here, but Buffalo and Tampa. That Sunday night game was absolutely incredible. Goals galore. Alex, I hope you didn't have the under in that one. Because that would have been. I
did not.
That would have been painful.
Did not have the over either, though.
Okay. Well, it's better than having an under in a game that was total 15, 16, 15 goals. Anyways, electric game. I was thinking about when I was watching that. It's almost impossible to have in the first round, but at some point, I want to see these two teams play each other. So that would mean both teams would need to win and face each other in the second round here. If you had to pick, Alex, right now, a 7-game series that you could force right now, who would it be and why?
I forgot you sent me these questions and I didn't prep for this one at all.
We can throw to so money first if you want.
No. That's fine. I want to see. It might not be the most. It's obviously Tampa and Buffalo would be fantastic. I don't want to see that because I want to see. I want to see the Habs get by one of those teams in the first round, which I'm starting to think is more and more unlikely. Hopefully we finish as a wild card, to be honest, and play Carolina. Mm-hmm. I would love to see Vegas and Edmonton in the first round. Mm-hmm. Two teams that are really sputtering right now, but I think have obviously still cup aspirations. I don't think it's realistic that either of them necessarily win the cup this year, but nonetheless, internally, they will believe that they can. For them to actually play in the first round, with goaltending issues that both of them have, the defensive issues both of them have, that could be a 7-game series where we see totals reaching 7 flat sevens throughout the series, and we have 6-5, 7-5 games regularly. Could be very entertaining to see those two teams in round one.
Yeah, could be entertaining there, Edmonton and Vegas. So, Money, anything you got for us here?
Yeah, it's funny. I was just looking through the standings here of what could be possible. I find myself in the East. I want to see the old Adams division matchups, right? Like I want like Boston Buffalo and like Montreal Buffalo, or like even like Carolina, and I can pretend that they're Hartford, right? And like Hartford against Boston or something like that, right? So like I think that'd be really cool. That'd be really fun. In the West, I want to see these young blood teams, right? Like I want to see Anaheim against Seattle in the first round, or like Anaheim against Utah, right? I think that'd be really cool, and like the entrenched elite teams, yeah, like Vegas Edmonton first round would be awesome, um, or like even like Colorado Minnesota in the first round, because that would mean that Dallas won the division, which is good. But basically like just keep the Kings out though, and like I'll be happy with anything.
All right, keep the Kings out, and that's all you really care about.
Not happening.
Listen, it's 2-on-1 right now. I'm now invested in the Kings again, third to a second. Shout out Scott Laughton, who's now become Wayne Gretzky since joining the Kings. 2 goals, 2 games. Absolutely insane stuff there.
So Money more than like 12 minutes a night.
Yeah, sure.
He's not getting only defensive zone draws, and like his usage was crazy.
Did the Leafs just get every single draw in the defensive zone? I don't understand, because Laughton defensive zone draws, Roy defensive zone draws, Matthews playing the most defensive zone draws he has had in his career. It's like,
True.
do we just? I tried to tell you earlier in the year, we suck.
When you're getting hemmed and caved in every night, like generally you're going to have a lot of D-zone draws.
All right, makes perfect sense there. Finally, last question to go into, segue to the Leafs, because they do suck. It feels like we are now entering tank mode. So Money's been in tank mode since like October, I think, with the Canucks. How do you guys deal with these teams that are entering tank mode? Are there any teams that are entering like sort of an unbettable range for you? So Money, we'll start with you.
Yeah, the Canucks. Did you see their lineup last night?
No, I don't want to.
Wow. I mean, like that was like when they got the pregame lineups out, I was looking at it, I was like, what the hell has happened here? Yeah, just you can't bet the Canucks right now. Yeah, they won against Chicago, but that was a game that that kind of snowballed on the Hawks, and they kind of beat themselves too. Like I don't know. I mean, the Hawks aren't a great team right now, but like, I mean, so those kind of results could be expected. But I mean, like if the Canucks play anybody with like half a pulse, like you just can't bet them.
Yeah, I don't know how Elias Pearson's playing both number 1 center and number 1 D, but we'll figure that one out next time. Alex, anything for you?
I think it's like more of a case-by-case basis. There's some teams that I don't think are necessarily actively tanking. They're just bad. They're still trying to win games. There's other teams that I do think are actively trying to improve their draft pick for various reasons. Obviously, the Leafs realistically needing to finish bottom 4 to keep their pick, because that if they finish 5th last, they
could
still
get
have
bumped
like
out.
a less than 50% chance of keeping the top 5 pick, right? So they're definitely like seem to be a team that's actively tanking. Also, by just keeping Berube in there and not firing him, like it seems like, okay, we know they quit on him and we don't care because we want to lose games. They're not giving minutes to like young guys to see what they have in them. They're just trotting out these like completely useless veterans like Yarncroc and stuff who are strictly out there to do cardio. Florida is a similar situation too. They need to finish in the bottom 10 to keep their pick. That seems to be at the forefront of their minds right now. Obviously no Marchand for the rest of the season. And now, Sam Reinhart's out tonight. All of a sudden, I mean, they're clearly, they're clearly trying to finish in the bottom 10, and who could blame them? They want to keep their pick. They haven't had a pick that high in a while. And as a team who expects to be back next season and contending again, like to have that, top 10 pick is going to be massive for them, whether, it's a guy that they can use 2 years from now or 3 years from now, or it's a guy that they can trade next season to, improve the roster. Either way, that's definitely going to be a team I'm trying to bet against down the stretch. Although, not to do your segues for you here, but not going to bet against them tonight because that number's run quite a bit now on the Wings.
You just gave away. You just this is bad.
I said I'm not betting it.
Yeah,
we're not betting it, man.
Yeah, you're right. We're not betting it. Before we get into the picks for today, I want to gave a quick question here from Matt A. Falk. Dropped it at the beginning of the show. Shout out to Matt. Hopefully you're still tuning in. If you are, let us know. Matt's asking, as someone who bet the Sabres 100-1 to win the Cup, 66-1 to win the East back when their streak started, you need to ask Moretto to formally apologize to the city of Buffalo. So, Alex, floor is yours.
Apologize for what? What am I apologizing for? I don't just because I bet the Lightning. I don't know. I still think the Lightning win the East. I still think the Lightning win the Atlantic. I'm pretty comfortable and confident in that. I'm trying to see what the price is now. I know what it was on Sunday night. If I can pull it up quickly now on FanDuel. Look, I love the Sabres. As a guy who grew up watching those early 2000s teams with Briere and Dumont and Henrik Tallinder and all those guys, those are awesome teams. Rick Jenneret was a commentator, Drury, Briere, Pominville. I loved those Sabres teams. I love seeing the Sabres good again. I want the Sabres to be good for a while. I think they're a fun arena when that team is really good. But my Habs are also an ascending team. And the Sabres are in our division. Naturally, there's going to be a little bit of a rivalry there. Doesn't mean I'm anti the city of Buffalo or hate, Buffalonians or whatever they're called. I just think Tampa is a superior team, regardless of what we saw the other night and regardless of what we've seen over the last 2 weeks with this Tampa team. So I don't know what I have to necessarily apologize for, but there's no apology that's going to happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. All right. You're in the right to do that there. All right. Let's get into the picks here. What we're going to do is, we're going to do things a little differently here today. Alex, myself, and so many have prepared 3 picks each. We're going to spin a wheel who goes first. We'll give out those 3 picks. And then if there's anything on the cutting room floor, we'll let you guys know. So, Mike, if you can bring up the wheel.
What's up?
All right. If we're ready to go, we're going to spin these
3,
things.
2, 1.
Bang. Let's see what we get here. Let's see who goes first. All right, so money. No more complaining. The wheel is just. The wheel is true. The wheel knows all. So money, 3 picks. Give us your first one here.
All right, first one. Little annoyed about the pricing here, but the Detroit Red Wings. Fading Florida. We know how I feel about that. I think that Detroit is fine, and I think Florida, they know what's up. Writing's on the wall here. Second pick was
No. Hold up. Whoa. One at a time. We're spinning the wheel. So money.
You got to go first. Talk us through why you like Detroit at -105 over on FanDuel. I was also looking at that one as well. Florida Panthers. I believe it was Elliot Freeman talking about how the Florida Panthers are tanking with air quotes. But yeah, sorry. So money. Talk us through this one.
Yeah, no, it's just we want to fade. I want to continue fading Florida, and I think that Detroit's fine. That they lost a couple of games to Vegas and Florida, but even that Florida game that they lost 3-1, I thought that Detroit was the better team, and they were unfortunate to lose that game. So there's no reason for me not to go back to Detroit now, especially. The pricing again, the pricing is not great. I wish I could give it out at plus money here, but I still do like them up to -110.
Yeah, one team that's trying to win, one team that's sort of hasn't openly said they're not trying to win, but seems like they're not trying to win here. Alex, I'll let you go second. Give us your first pick. Only one pick this time. Talk us through.
So we're not doing. Is this like a triple, double, single? We're all 3 bets or just 3 bets?
3 bets or 3 bets. 3 bets or 3 bets.
Okay. I'll stick with that game right now because that's the one I'm most worried about, the price running away here. And I'll go with the under instead. Under 6 to -120 Wings and Panthers. No Reinhart, obviously. Big blow for them offensively. No Marchand. We got no Larkin for Detroit. We got Tarasov, who's been good. And we have Gibson, who's been the better of their goalies. So pretty optimal goaltending matchup. Depleted scoring for both teams, and the over still took a little bit of money today, ironically. I guess the market doesn't care about Sam Reinhart because everyone flocked to bet Detroit. I bet Detroit too. I agree with so many. I just think it ran a bit far. So it feels like, a bit far from where I bet it at. But everyone bets Detroit, rightfully so, with Reinhart out, and no one cares to bet the under, which is a little funny there. So yeah, I think there's still a lot of meat on the bone here with this under. Good to minus 120. Honestly, 5.5 plus 105s are good too.
All right, 5.5 plus 105 is also good. So that's Detroit minus 105, Detroit, Florida under 6, minus 120 for Alex, and So Money for myself. I'm going to look towards a different game. Alex, you kind of teased it a little bit. So Money saw my pick beforehand, decided to wear the Montreal Expos hat. We're going Montreal. We're not taking them on the money line. We're not taking them minus 1.5. We're taking them minus 2.5, plus 210 to beat the Leafs. Simple enough. Leafs stink. We've seen them. We've seen how they've looked. They look dejected. Alex, you mentioned earlier, they're so out on Craig Berube. He was screaming at them behind the bench. No one even batted an eye or looked back at him. It's just in one ear, out the other for them. This team's not very good. And again, Montreal team trying to win versus team that's trying to lose. We saw last game, Toronto was willing to pull their goalie down 3 goals, conceded an empty net goal to Brandon Hagel. They could do the same if they're only down 1, if they're only down 2. And we could see the goalie getting pulled earlier in the game. So Montreal minus 2.5 plus 210 is what I'm taking. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I know it's run a little bit. So Money, Alex, what do you got for us? Let's see it.
I can't figure out my camera. There we go.
All right,
Nope.
I can't see it.
No, I don't know, man. I bet the over in that game, so I do hope that the Habs score like 6 goals and the Leafs can get 1.
Yeah, we are down and out. We want the Leafs to lose. All right, spin the wheel again. Chat, you let us know which of the 3 you like better between those picks. Detroit minus 105, Detroit, Florida under 6 minus 120, and then Montreal minus 2.5 plus 210. All right, I'm up next again, leading the way. All right, I'm going to take Jackson Blake over 2.5 shots on goal. Friendly at home scoring environment here for Carolina. Pittsburgh team that's kind of injured, a little bit injured here. Good price relative to the market. Give me Jackson Blake over 2.5 shots on goal. Former Canadian Jason Blake's kid. Love it here. Blake over 2.5 shots on goal at plus 210 is what I have listed here, but it might have come down a little bit. We're going to do again. Thumbs up, thumbs down. So Money and Alex, what do you got for us? Thumbs neutral. Okay. Sounds good. So Money went first last time. Alex went second last time. So we'll do Alex again second this time here. Alex, what's your second play?
Let me. Okay, you know what? I just want to see where the market is on this. I had the prop screen open there to try and give a fair thumbs on your Jackson Blake, but couldn't find it quick enough. I have too many tabs open is the issue. Okay, so we're gonna go with I think the Kings, assuming Kings to plus 130. Don't rush to bet this. I rushed to bet the Kings yesterday because overnight the Jackets got blasted, and I bet the Kings plus 124, and then like later in the day there's like plus 130s, plus 135s popping. So I had more Kings. Anyways, the Kings got home yesterday, and the Kings get home tonight. The resurgence is upon us. The LA Kings, your playoff team in 2026. They're going to win back-to-back games here. Beat the Bruins, who suck, and somehow keep winning. Not tonight. The Kings playing well and keep losing. Both of those trends correct themselves here. This is too big a number. I know the Kings are on a back-to-back, but they did play a little earlier in the day, so that helps them a little bit here. We'll get Kemper tonight after Forsberg went yesterday. Just too big a number. I don't know who the Bruins are to be laying this price.
Yeah, Kings plus 126 there is what you got. Drew earlier on the show, Kings minus 3, minus 108. Alex, Kings plus 128. Sorry, LA Kings. Drew's on Sacramento. All I wanted to say is that we are all Kings here on the show, except for So Money. So Money, second pick. Only one. What do you got for us?
All right, so this is mostly based on the pricing and where I think that the teams are headed compared to where they're priced. So Calgary, I bet Calgary. I'm not crazy about it, but I don't think that the Rangers should be priced like this. It was a nice, cute win against Philadelphia, but I mean, it's the Flyers. Mm-hmm. What concerns me though is that it's not like Calgary has been playing well either, right? Like so Calgary has struggled a lot. We're gonna get quick in net, and I just feel that the market sentiment on Calgary is a lot lower than it should be. Yes, they're not playing well, but we can't have the Rangers price like this as well. So I've got Calgary down to plus 110, and that's where I like it. I mean, I think that it just got too high on the Rangers there.
All right, a little bit too high on the Rangers there is what So Money is saying. So Calgary plus 106 right now on FanDuel. Some better prices out there. All right, let's do the next one here. Spin the wheel. Bang. Let's see what we get. Who's going first? It will be Alex. Oh, no, it's me again. I was about to say the wheel was just and true, but I guess.
Oh my! Can you see where it's pointing? I need to open the YouTube because my eyes are. This is making me feel very old. Oh man, that's tough.
Wait, can you not read the wheel?
No, it looks fine.
But no, I can read the wheel, but I can't see like where it lands. Like where I don't know where the pointer is. Is it in the middle? And I can't see where it's. I don't know.
Can we bring it up on screen for Alex here so we can show him that it's just it's like right beside. Like look between me and you, Alex. It's right there. How do you not see? I'm sorry. How do you not see? I'm looking at it on my computer screen and it looks absolutely fine on the YouTube.
It looks fine.
Is it your eyes or is it the screen?
I think it's the screen because it's smaller. Like because I'm in whatever this program is. Instead, I'm trying to pull it up on YouTube because apparently it's great on YouTube. But
chat, you let us.
I can't see where it's pointing.
It looks fine.
Chat,
no problem.
Chat, I need you guys to let us know if you guys can see the arrow. I can see the arrow from my screen, so you let us know. Jordan's also saying we need a market on how many Slack messages So Money gets during the show. Totals at 17.5 right now. I think we're at the over at this point. Busy guy.
Sorry.
It's okay. Just teasing you a bit here. All right, last one to go here. I'm going to go with Alex Lyon over 24.5 saves at right now. Didn't really move that much at minus 108 here. Simply enough, Alex Lyon's been playing a lot better down the stretch here. This Buffalo team is riding hot, but they still concede a lot of shots against the team that's still on the up. San Jose, good team, but I think I like Alex Lyon here at the over 24.5 saves against the San Jose team that will probably be down, probably be trailing. Play a somewhat high event hockey here. Give me Alex Lyon, 24.5 saves.
Chosen Sports in the chat said,
I was laughing at Chosen. Yeah.
Alex's vision in the MLB should be 24.
Oh, MLB The Show would be 24.
MLB The Show, yeah.
Hilarious. All right, thumbs up, thumbs
down.
I
just couldn't. So I have it in YouTube now. I can see the arrow pointing in your name. I was looking in the middle. I'm like trying to see in the middle. And then there's like the thing on top. I'm like, I don't see an arrow on those things. I didn't see there was a green arrow on the right. I was looking at the two black things.
All the hard work we put in, Alex, and you can't even see it.
Wish I never said anything. One of those moments where you're just like, I should just get my mouth shut.
All good there. Lyon 24.5 saves over minus 108 on FanDuel. Thumbs up, thumbs down. To the side from the guys.
I like that.
You guys like that?
Actually.
So Money, you like that?
Have
I can't see them, that's why. Oh. There we go.
Neutral.
Okay, So Money's neutral. Perfect. All right. Who wants to go first between you two? Who do we want? So Money, you shook your head. Let's go with So Money.
All right, so the last play, and it's concerning because I'm not crazy about it again, but it's smaller, and that's the Columbus Tampa Bay under. We'll have Vasilevsky back in net today. Both of these teams are coming off a couple of games now, or a few games where defensively they just haven't been there. I think long-term, both of these teams want and know that they need to play defensively. So, and if they're playing each other, and we should be getting plus money on the under here. So, yeah. We are. So under 6.5.
Under 6.5, we need the plus money, minus 106 at FanDuel. Obviously, shop around there for the Tampa Bay Lightning and Columbus Blue Jackets. Under. Finally, Alex, close us out here. Who you got and why?
I like that under look from So Money too. That was I think there's some good upside there with Radish potentially being out. My third pick is it wouldn't be an Edgework segment if I didn't fade the Isles. So we're going with the Blues. we're getting plus money on them with Hofer and net. I was expecting Binnington because they've been pretty diligent about rotating their goalies. Once we got that Hofer confirmation, I jumped on St. Louis. There's still plus 105s out there. I think anything plus money here on the Blues is good. They're playing good hockey still. Still a good team. I mean, obviously kept most of their big pieces. This is the Braden Shen revenge game. Spoiler: Braden Shen is pretty washed. And yeah, the Isles are not playing necessarily great hockey. Finding ways to win, credit to them. That's what playoff teams do. But I just don't think they should be favorites on the road here in St. Louis with Hofer and net.
All right, sounds good there. That wraps it up for today. Any we're gonna throw the chat quickly here. Any hindsight versus Moretto double head to head? What's this hindsight stuff I'm seeing in the chat?
Hindsight is a guy in the Discord. He posts plays every day.
Okay.
Mr.
Okay.
Hindsight.
And you're head to head today.
I guess so. I did not open the Discord today yet.
Okay. All right.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure which two plays, but I guess I'll find out. I'll go in there and see which ones he's opposite me in. I'm gonna guess Isles and Bruins, but yeah.
All right. Any other stuff, chat? If you want us to talk about any other games, please let us know in the chat down below. If not, Alex, do you have anything left on the cutting room floor? Soma, do you have anything left on the cutting room floor that you have to leave off the card here?
I liked your Lion play because I'm closely tracking this San Jose Buffalo under 6.5 plus money. I think is good, but I want to see if we can get a little bit better even. So that's one that I've been tracking a little bit here. Habs Leafs, I bet the over 6.5, but that was like 25 cents ago, so I don't think there's much there. And with no Radish for Tampa and the way they're kind of struggling right now, I wish it was Greaves and not Merzlikins, but I still think Columbus plus 1.5, minus 115, even minus 120 is good. That was one of the ones I was debating including, but I left that one out. Didn't make my top three, but I still like that, and that San Jose Buffalo under. All
right. Someone, anything for you that you have to leave out?
Possibly Seattle is getting there. I think I need a little bit more, but if we get there on Seattle at plus money, then I'll do that.
All right, we'll go rapid fire mode here. A couple questions funneling in to the chat. We're going to start off with RW Fan 23. Thoughts on Florida under 87.5 points right now? They are at, I assume the under 87.5 is probably around the minus 110, minus 115 range, where they have 65 points, I believe, right now. Alex, I'll throw to you first. Any opinion on the Florida under 87.5 points on the season? They're tanking, right?
Not on the spot because I don't even know what they're at right now. Off the
65.
Top of my head, and I don't have it up. Okay. With what, like 19, 20 games to go? How many games did they play? They played
63 games.
19 games to go. It's a lot of quick math. I can't give like a very good answer, but I do think that is good. I don't think that would have. Usually these are just like derivatives to like what the pace is mixed with a combo of like preseason expectations and whatever. So I don't imagine that would have baked in the fact that like this is A, they're tanking. B, I would expect a lot of guys in and out of the lineup over the last 19 games, like Reinhart tonight and stuff. So yeah, I would imagine that's good. I haven't put the time into like trying to like, price it out or anything, but I think that would just instinctively, I think that would definitely be a good bet.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. Quick math here. They would need to get somebody. Anything you like in this one, by the way? They would need to get 23 more points.
Playing it fast and loose. Playing it fast and loose with the term quick math here, hey?
Slow math. 20. I think they would need to get 22 more points, so 11 more wins in 19 games. Seems like a tall task for a team that is tanking.
Yeah,
so
I would.
Minus 122 right now towards the under.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that the under there is a good look.
Yeah, so you know what I'm going to do right when I hop off? I'm going to pair this with OKC to win the win the NBA Finals and get it at plus 309. So anyways, let's move on to our next question here from the chat. I don't know if this is a question or more so a statement, but Chosen like in Vegas, -1.5 plus 330. So money, any opinion there?
What was it? Vegas? What?
-1.5 plus 330.
Oh, for tonight?
Yeah.
No, I got no opinion there.
No opinion there. Alex, no opinion there.
I mean, they have the offense. I don't know how you trust their goaltending, especially against Dallas, to like be able to win by margin. They just can't keep the puck out of their net right now, so it's a problem.
All right. Thoughts on Calgary over 6 -105 from John Smith. Alex, we'll start with you.
I do generally like Calgary overs. I didn't bet this one. This was one I thought that I would be betting at one point because their unders have been taking a lot of money, and I've generally been playing back on a lot of Calgary totals after the under takes money. But this one hasn't at all. It's been pretty much, it's pretty much stayed put since open because I think it was a pretty good number at open. So unless it runs towards the under, I'm not going to be betting it.
All right. So money, any opinion here on the Calgary over 6 -105?
It makes sense. Yeah, I do like it. I think that Calgary has become a bit of an over team in the sense of like the chances that they're giving up. They have trouble scoring, but I think that the Rangers will probably make up for that too. So yeah, I do like the overlook there.
All right, let's recap before we head out. I had Montreal -2.5 plus 210 against the Leafs. Leafs stink. Jackson Blake over 2.5 shots on goal, which I believe now, just want to double check this, plus 220 right now. And then Alex Lyon over 24.5 saves, -108. Alex, what did you have?
I had the Kings to plus 130, but I think you can wait a little bit on that. Florida, Detroit under 6 to -120, and St. Louis Blues plus money.
All right. So money, give us a recap here for your three.
We got the Red Wings, Columbus, Tampa Bay under,
Calgary money line.
And then we had Calgary.
All right. Sweet stuff there. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys back here on Thursday, wrapping up Edric overtime. Alex, so money. We'll chat soon.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Great stuff there. As always, are they still there? Are they still there? So money, maybe we'll stick around. One more question from Jordan Mosel, Columbus, or Colorado under 7. Just give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Oh, no, you're on screen. We're good. Colorado under 7. Thumbs up. There we go. Right at the buzzer. All right. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. That wraps up today's show. Shout out, Alex. Shout out to So Money.
And BetStamp Pro.
And BetStamp Pro. Yes, shout out to Alex, So Money, BetStamp Pro, all the wonderful sponsors, FanDuel as well. Before we head out, going to give a word to our sponsor. If you're betting at a high level and you haven't tried BetStamp Pro, you're honestly flying blind. BetStamp Pro is offering a 14-day free trial right now. Lets you compare odds across 200-plus sportsbooks and prediction markets in real time, so you can actually see where the best price is before you place a bet. Every line on the screen is benchmarked against BetStamp's proprietary True Line, built using years of historical pricing data from some of the sharpest books in the market. So instead of guessing if you're getting value, you can quickly spot when your book is off and where to get the best number. Just simply scan the QR code on screen or head to the link in the description to start your 14-day free trial for BetStamp Pro today. A lot of people make fun of me for my origination process. I don't originate. I just use BetStamp Pro. Pretty simple stuff here. All right. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like I said, shout out Alex. Shout out Drew. Shout out So Money. Shout out you, the audience. Shout out Mike behind the boards. If you're listening to us in audio form, do us a favor, rate 5 stars. Goes a long way here on the channel. Also, if you're watching if you're on YouTube, you're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, make sure you're subscribed or following across those platforms. Link are in the description down below.
Jay said if you subscribe, he will show you how to make eggs. So
I will. That is a fact. So if you want to learn how to make eggs, I got you guys. Also, tweet us your eggs tomorrow morning. Let me know what you guys are cooking up.
We'll bring them up on screen.
Exactly. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. That wraps up today's show. This has been the Tuesday, March 10th edition of the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. We'll see you guys right here tomorrow.